I gotta keep reminding myself that I'm not trying to make it perfect, I'm just trying to make it better. Welcome back to another episode of the 89 Garage. Today is a bad hair day. I don't care. It's about 6:30 in the morning. Everybody else in the house is asleep. I don't want to wake them up by taking a shower. So you're going to have to deal with it. And so will I. Anyway, let me show you what I did this week. Albeit very little. I sanded this down. And I also got into here where I'd painted blue. I still got a little bit of work down here to do. And I listened to you guys on refurbing these. I decided to maybe try and do it on the car, but I'm reluctant now after I've gone on. I think that I'm gonna have to go ahead and pull these anyway. In the meantime, I also did order some new butyl rope for it. There's another issue that I did not realize, but this is peeling here. I don't know if that's common on these, but somehow I'm gonna have to get something in there and stick this down. Haven't really even looked at the other side, to be honest with you, but this is still kind of snake skinned. I don't know how well it's gonna turn out. And yes, I do know there are aftermarket windows that I could buy. They are expensive. And they also do not have the Mustang logo there, which that is what a lot of people want to retain when they are refurbing these. I'm really not looking forward to this. I thought I was a little closer to being ready to paint than I am. I was seriously just going to paint the car with those in there, but I guess not. I also have a disadvantage of bad weather today. It's supposed to rain all day and be hot, so it's going to be humid in here. I'm going to raise the garage up and just kind of let some of the air out, I hope, because it is already kind of getting muggy in here. It rained a decent amount last night and the night before, but supposed to get a little more today. And I'm not complaining about rain. Utah needs it really, really bad. Well, that was a fail. I opened the garage door and now it's wet. I got water all over the new paint. Great. Alright guys, I'm in. These are the nuts we got to take off. There are 9 screws and they are 9mm. That is something that is very good to know. Sorry, I'm dropping my tools, but it's very good to know that, because you're not trying to force this thing off if you only have, 7 or 8 of them off. And I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And then I think the other 3 are back there kind of in where the sail panel, that's what they call it on the older ones, the sail panel, back in that area. But I'm gonna go ahead and remove what I can see right now and come back around. All right, they're all out. Unfortunately, in this cup, I only have 8. I am down a nut and a socket. If I could make a suggestion, use a deep socket, because when you come back out of, get the light back on, when you come back out of that hole right there, if your socket hits that hole, it'll come off and your nut will stay with it and get lost somewhere down here. I've ran a magnet through, I don't see it. I'm hoping that after I pull this off, I can get some kind of access. That honestly is not, I was expecting to be heavier. Went ahead and stuck these shocks back on. It is raining on my parade right now. I really wanted to do some of this stuff out in the driveway today. I did repaint the brackets black. And now I'm gonna go ahead. The reason I put those back on is I kept bumping into the hatch, and all I had was that holding it up, and I didn't really feel like having this hatch land on me because it is pretty heavy. So anyway, I am gonna go ahead and do this side now. And we can start working on these windows. Yeah, no rust at all. You know, just a little primer needs to come down around the edge. Overall, really decent. All right, I had to zoom you guys out, so I'm sorry if it's kind of like fish-eyed a little bit. I went ahead and cleaned this up. Not, you know, really good, but good enough that I can see that it does have some scratches in it that I'd never noticed before. Hopefully I can buff that out at some point in time. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and tape this all off. We'll get going on some of the sanding and mudding. I am gonna still keep going with the Dolphin glaze. It does seem to be doing what I want it to be doing. And I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get this to stay back down. Maybe some right stuff or something that I can stick it in there with a razor blade or something. I don't know. We'll come up with a plan. But I do gotta say that this Dolphin glaze does appear like it's gonna be just fine. You know, it's not gonna get that much flex. You know, someone catches their shirt or whatever on that. I've done it before. That's only gonna move a little bit, and I think everything will be just hunky-dory with the Dolphin glaze. If you want to know what it is I'm using, I'll put it down in the description. It's really good stuff. And by the way, if you buy stuff off that link, it does help me out. Alright, we're gonna pretend like we know what we're doing. I just need a little. Yeah, baby. Okay, and all I'm gonna do is get some on this razor knife. Okay, now I'm just going to take that thing down right here. Alright guys, I'm a cheapo. I really like this Diablo sandpaper. I've been using it by hand the whole time. I have this little micro detailer. I just cut some 220 up to start this out, and we'll just see how it goes. I'm using the sanding block with some 150 on it. The 220 just didn't seem to be cutting as much as I would have liked it to, so. I'm out here, you know, priming and stuff and painting, and just went and got the mail. Check that out. That is a piece of the Golden Nugget. If you're watching Matt's Off-Road Recovery, Fab Rats, and Robbie Layton, you'll know what I'm talking about. Number 623 at 1500, signed by Robbie. Kind of cool. I went ahead and just tried to jam right through this as quick as I could. So went ahead and got it as good as I can for being an idiot. They're primered now. The other one's back here on the hatch. I kind of sort of tried to hang on to this line, but it wasn't working out. So the line is gone in most places, and I got to keep reminding myself that I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to make it better. My friends, it is the next morning, and I got out the clear. We are going over, and I'm telling you what, it looks superior. I thought it looked good with just the paint. Actually, I had a little issue on this one. I didn't realize that there was some dust that had gone up in here, and when I hit it, you can kind of see the dust came out, and it actually went under the clear. But I mean, it looks just beautiful. I did this door here as well. It's just absolutely exactly what I think these cars should look like. That's my personal favorite. And I'm telling you what, going over all this with that, and then I think the 8.9 might be getting some trim redone before too long. And the quarter windows, those could use it going over too. But I really am happy with these Rustoleum products I've been using. Not a sponsor at all, but I got to give them a shout out, because you know, this whole car, when it's all said and done, there's going to be like one thing on the whole car that's not a Rustoleum product, and that's the plastic dip on well, the hood scoop itself will not have. It had Rustoleum primer, but it's plastic dipped, and the aluminum that I put across the front of it was actually not Rustoleum either. But other than that, this whole thing is going to be Rustoleum. Well, actually, I got to take that back. I need to be 100% accurate here. The primer that I'm putting on under the Rustoleum is not going to be Rustoleum. But if I do find something that is not in a can, I would absolutely consider taking this back to O'Reilly and getting that. But at the time when I was looking, I couldn't really see anything that would suit my needs. Oh, I did these too. I got these all shot black today. That's the Rustoleum trim black paint on that, and I think that once those are kind of flashed off a little bit, I mean, they're not perfect, guys, and that's fine. I really don't care. There are, you know, I found a couple little divots along the way, and I'm just not that worried about it. This is going to look 973 times better than it did, and that's what counts. I mean, I'm looking at these and saying, geez Louise, I really need to do this on the 8.9. I like this all enough that I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of my parts. Well, I already did. I got them all out here, guys, and I went over with wax and grease remover, and here they all are. These are going to look much more gooder when they're done. I mean, they look good as it is, but this stuff is really bringing that out. Welcome to my paint booth. It's well ventilated. Yeah, that was funny. But everything is looking really good. And well, I just dropped that. Probably going to go over this stuff one more time. It already has 2 coats, but I'll probably go over it all one more time just to make sure everything looks mucho bueno. And I can't wait to, I don't care. I'm going to stick one of these up in the, probably the driver's side, 'cause it'll be easier, but I'm going to stick one of these up in the car and just have a gander. All right, guys, there they are, all done up, and they're ready to go. It is, I mean, it's brutal. We had a record heat here over the weekend, and it is hot, and the humidity is up pretty high today, for Utah anyway. I did get a picture of just holding the driver's side quarter window up to the car, and I'll stick that photo right here so you can just kind of sort of look, although I am just holding on to it because, well, I don't want it to fall and break, because that's money I don't have. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. Peace out. Have a great week.